What do you do when you're not the only one who wants to be a millionaire? You're not the only one who wants to graduate top of the class. You're not the only one who wants to be number one in your industry, in your workplace, in your league. You must work harder. You must get up earlier than them. You must stay up later than them. You must be willing to do more than anyone else would dare to do, simply because you want it more than anyone else does. You got to see that long-term goal as not just a thing you're striving for, but a thing that you must have. You cut off any other outcome other than success. Pushing yourself to the limits isn't a choice, it's an obligation. It is something that you must do no matter what, when you're chasing greatness, when you're hungry for success. There's no room for complacency. There's no room for slacking off. There's no room for taking the easy path at the end of your feelings. There's nothing but a heap of excuses and missed opportunities. But at the end of a day, with a disciplined mindset, there's a promise of success, of achievement, of reaching those goals you've set for yourself. It's the disciplined who works when they just don't want to get up anymore. They continue to grind when all their competition is heading home from the day. They fight harder and harder and harder every day without taking days off every day. You let your feelings dictate your actions. You're pushing your dreams further and further away. That one day you hit the smoothie button or skip the gym could be the day that sets you back weeks, months, or even years. It's the guy who hustles the most who will catch all those breakthroughs in the late hours and early mornings when 99% of people are in bed, are hanging and out wasting their time. You got to make sure you are one of those very few people who are putting in those extra hours, getting further and further ahead of everybody else. So what do you do when you're tired, worn out, or just plain sick of the grind? You go anyways. You get it done no matter what. Even if you're just going through the motions, you go through the motions, you push through because to you, you understand that getting things done is non-negotiable. You don't have an option. Doesn't matter how tired you are. It doesn't matter if you're feeling okay today. None of that matters. The only thing that matters is getting up and getting after it. Everybody has great thing plans. Everybody has these giant ambitions for what they want to do. But the reason most people will never bring them into fruition is because they lack the mental toughness and discipline to get their ass up and grind on that thing project, on that mission, on that test every single day, consistently without straying from the plan. So you got to make a full commitment that I am going to do this thing nonstop for as long as it takes, for as many days as it takes until it is done. If your competition works 10 hours, you work 11. If they make 15 sales, you make 16. If they score 90, you score 100. No matter what they do. You work relentlessly to one-up them every damn time. You don't really want to work out. Tough. You work out. You don't want to hammer away at that project. Too bad you hammer away. Don't want to get up out of bed. You get up and get your ass out of bed. Don't let that small voice of immediate gratification whisper in your ear. Shut that sheesh down. Go through the motions. Lift the weights. Sprint the hills, work on the project, and move yourself forward closer to victory. You're going to miss parties. You're going to have people question you. You're going to lose some friends. You're going to have to give up some of the things you enjoy for a while. You may be the only person that understands what you're doing. But if you want to change your life, if you want to be the man or woman that you aspire to be, that is a part of the game. You can't do all the same things, have all the same habits, hang around the same people, and expect a different result. Wanting to change is not enough. If you're not willing to fundamentally change your priorities, change your environment, change your actions, you're not going to win. You got to be willing to give some things up in order to go up. You don't get paid for effort. You don't get paid for trying. You get paid for executing. You get paid for finishing. And that's what separates the champions from the rest. You set your standard, raise it, and uphold it. Every day you're going up against other champions and you think if 56, 60, 70% is going to cut it. Absolutely not. If you want to be the best, if you want to be the apex, you got to give it 100% at all time, even when your legs are trembling and you're dead. Tired the real beast, find a way no matter what it takes. The more you make those short-term decisions based on instant gratification, the further you're going to stray from your path to greatness. Don't fall into that trap. Think strategically, think long-term. You need tactical victories, you need to win battles to win the war, getting up and running. When you'd rather be sitting on the couch working on your craft. When you'd rather be out with your friends eating clean, when you'd rather be eating all that sugary crap. You got to do these things. Don't question it, don't hesitate, just do it. When you do these things, even when they're not fun, even when your feelings are telling you just this one time, you got to remind yourself that you are investing in yourself today for a better tomorrow. Every time you make that decision to take the heart away, you're getting stronger. 1 + 1 will always equal 2. 2 + 2 will equal 4 and 10 years of relentless work, putting in more hours than anyone else is willing to. While all these other people are partying on weekends and making excuses will set you ahead resources, time, money, network, we don't have. When you look at the most powerful and effective people in history, we're never the problem. They didn't have the resources, but they got them. How do people get resources? When they don't have them. The answer is they're resourceful. The ultimate resource is resourcefulness. That's what makes someone successful. And here's what's great about resourcefulness, who has it within them, who every human being. But the question is whether you access it or not. If you're creative enough, can you find an answer to the problem, yes or no? If you're determined enough, can you find the money that you don't have, can you find it, yes or no? If you care enough and get other people to care with you, can you get them to help you, yes or no? If you are bold enough, if you're strong enough, if you're disciplined enough, can you get yourself to do things? Other people cannot find a way to do yes or now. See, the ultimate resource is resourcefulness, but the minute you forget that, you come up with a story that, I don't the money, I don't the time, I can't do it, it's too far away. That's what's going to kill you. Most people don't ever make it where they want to go because they give themselves mental outs. And a lot of people who have resources, they have other choices. They can say, oh, this is hard, so they quit. They can say, oh, this business doesn't make enough money, so they quit. And you don't have any other option but to succeed. Your chances of success are pretty good. You have to try and put yourself in positions where your back is against the wall, guys. Because when your back is against the wall, that's when you're going to fight. There's no capability difference between you and someone you consider to be an ultimate role model of success. The only difference is they've learned to manage their state and they've learned to control their mental focus, whatever we concentrate our focus on consistently.